What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got another beautiful day, and it's daytime outside, so my eyeballs are still adjusting to the screen. As you can probably tell, I can barely see where I'm going. But no, quick little note. So, over here, I'm currently filling up what's called a task screen to complete one of the quests in the quest book, right? So, underneath here, there is fluid expertise. Apparently, I've already completed some, but basically, we need 50 buckets of Resident Ender. And, just linking it up to that task screen, you can see that every time that Magma Crucible is ticking over, it's quickly and slowly updating. So as soon as we're done there, it will complete our Resident Ender setup. I can speed it up a little bit, things like that, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. One of the things that I do want to do is I want to open this back up to our Beast Coin miner. Okay, and this guy probably won't be fast enough. And let me show you why. So I've set up a Flux Network. Okay, now Flux Networks are kind of like your wireless power for the most part around here. So it's definitely one of those things that you really probably want to get to at some point in time. So I basically created a new network, Kryllik's power, all that kind of stuff. We got an 800,000 transfer limit. You can. I've done chunk loading. I've done all of this and that already. So we're good to go on all of that front. Beautiful. Ender tank. Resonant Ender. Very nice. Now, the cool thing here is you can also then just change the task, right? So when it comes to this screen's a little hard to see, in my opinion. But I could do like my chickens. I could just put my chickens in a chest attached to a task screen and they would automatically delete. But there's a lot of other ones that we need to do here, that there's some that are repeatable and there's some that are, not. So just one of those things. But yeah, it's good. It's good is all that I'm saying. So let's collect that reward. Boom. Ooh, that's a lot of Benjamins. 6,084. I don't even know how much I have. After I bought the angel ring, I pretty much stopped paying attention. I have 63,000. Wow. That's awesome. We can do some work with all of that. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. We can do work, not a lot of work, I'm gonna say, but yeah. Anyways, a couple other things. I did get the full draconium chickens up to 10, 10, 10, which is great, and up here as well. I just placed out some solarium chickens. A lot of these just have two in them, pulsating iron, solarium, stuff like this, because I was just conserving seeds more than anything else. I don't anticipate using 4 stacks of Solarium, but if I do, we'll look to upgrade that. Kind of the same thing with Sulfur and some of those, right? But, Draconium, I'm sure we'll be using a decent amount of that in due time here. So, yeah. Anyways, that's more or less the update from the end, from killing the Ender Dragon. Talk about progression lately. Am I right? Like, we've been flying through here lately. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you all have enjoyed it as well. Anyways, throw out all that stuff. Let's go grab some quartz, because I need to grab quartz. Bloop, just like so. And we're going to make it into quartz, because I'm pretty much... This is my limiting factor right now, and I should really just automate that whole process. But the reactor's done. It's ready to go. So let's go fire it up and see how much power we produce and how efficient we made it. It is actually pretty good. I did quickly fire it up and did kind of that whole thing. But yeah, I'm just going to create this funky little design here while I'm at it. This beautiful little heart around the glass. I think this looks great. It's going to look really amazing in the overall build. So yeah. Anyways, boom, boom, until we run out of blocks. There we go. Okay, good. So let's fire this guy up. Let's activate, and away we go. Beautiful. I believe we should be around 30,000. K RF per tick. As you can see, our buffer's filling up incredibly quickly. Yeah, it's about 30K if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of power that comes through this thing. This thing can obviously not transfer fast enough for it. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind as well. We can only bring in 9,000 at a time, and this guy can do up to 800,000, right? So, just as a quick little FYI, you can see that even at 6 times, which is the most for the time in the bottle, we're barely burning faster than what our power is coming in at. And look at that, right? Like, we are generating so many coins so fast. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the amount of time in the bottle that I need to do for this to work, like, that's a lot of time. Now, I do have a lot of time stored up. Do not get me wrong here. And I could manually click through this, or I could potentially just make, I think you can you buy them or make them? I believe I can just buy them. I could buy a whole bunch more of these Beast Coin miners, like say 6 or 10 of them, and tie them all into a power system. So we could do that as well. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of crazy, awesome, good stuff for the most part. We can get a lot of coins pretty quickly here. So my main focus isn't really on coins though right now, and I'll tell you why very shortly. Um, you know, the acceleration wand would be amazing to have. Don't get me wrong. It's really really nice. It speeds up everything, hands down. But almost the rest of this I can technically make. You know, some of the mage stuff, no, I can't, and we might explore or buy some of the stuff to accelerate ourselves through the magic items. But for the most part, I can make pretty much all of this. You know, the chickens are done. Everything's pretty much done in the shop. You know, there's the machine, the TARDIS. Okay, that's cool, right? Mega torches are cool. You know, maybe we'll buy some more unbreakable wands to kind of craft them together. You know, just to kind of complete that quest. Um, you know, dark matter. I can make dark matter. It's not a big deal. It's just a matter of crafting it, right? So all of this I can pretty much get except for the magical items. So that's cool, right? That's fine. Um, but, and then of course, you know, we have the creative, right? The creative stuff is something that I absolutely want to look at next, right? We're looking at, okay, what are we going to buy next? What is the best thing to buy for $150,000 to basically progress us forward? My thought process, just off the top of my head, is probably because I'm probably looking at the 150K. Um, I'm guessing it's the Everlasting Guilty Pool. I really do think that this is probably the next step. One of the things about Botania that I think I dislike the most is generating mana. So I think that's pretty much my next step here for, you know, a goal from the shop. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to go finish up this beautiful quartz masterpiece that I got going on here in our reactor. Kind of just, I do actually like the reactor skin as well, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more funky here, and you guys will see it once it's all complete, of course. And then I'm going to cover the top here in quartz, and then we can work a little bit on the next section of build. By the way, I have not adjusted the control rods on these, so just as an FYI, that is a thing. This thing's running at maximum right now. We're barely pushing through any yellorium or refined uranium. As you can see, it's pretty much full. It's barely doing anything. 30.2. That's pretty good. 30.2K RF per tick. I like it. That's a pretty darn good power source. That'll last us a very, very long time. Because, yeah, it just will. This guy will charge back up our energy cell. I think I need to look into now upgrading my power storage, upgrading my systems, doing all of that. I think that's the next step. And I don't think I can get bedrock, so the Grains of Infinity is a little bit of a pain to make because for this, you need bedrock, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I have to buy them all, which is really quite annoying. Um, and I never really thought about it. I probably, that's one of the hard parts, I think, of my map, right? That, if you start going into Ender IO and you start looking at some of the quests there, right? Like power storage, right? You need a vibrant capacitor bank. Well, a vibrant capacitor bank has octadic capacitors, double layer, and all of these basic ones require 2 grains of infinity. And each one of these, if I'm not mistaken, is costing us infinity dust block. I don't think we can get either of those. Is costing us $50. Well, that's pretty cheap. do I just go like this and I go 64? I think I just do that. Done. Done. Problem solved, right? At least for now. But, there is a pretty strong component of you need coins to progress through this. So that's just one of those things. How did I fill that up with Resident Ender is probably the next question that I wanted to address. I tried the Draconic Fluid Gate. I tried it. I built it. I gave it a try. It was not complicated to build once I had the Draconium. It didn't really work for me. I have to figure this block out. I've never really played around with it. But what I did end up using, and it took me a while to figure it out, to be honest, was a fluid outlet from Immersive Engineering. So basically I had my tank, I had fluid conduits going to a outlet. It does, I believe, a 3x3 square all the way down below it. And then it basically, I would move it over, do the next one, move it over, do the next one, etc., until I had the entire reactor filled up and ready to go. So that's basically all I was doing there. Pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated, but just thought I'd let you guys know in case you want to fill up your reactors when you're playing this world as well. So, we needed a few more over here, and yeah, let me get a couple more things together, and then we will come back and finish what I want to finish up, or start what I want to start. Man, oh man, I tell you, there's so much to do. I'm going left, I'm going right. I need to at least accomplish a little bit of something, right? I need a little bit of direction here. So let's grab our fluid transposer. That's also going to complete a quest for us. We'll just collect it right now and get some of those extra dollars in our pocket bank. Now this guy here is pretty straightforward. Let's remove this, and I do want to put this guy down right there. Beautiful. I'm not too concerned about inputting and things like that, but what I want to do is, actually, no, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do that, and let's configure this to push the liquid XP in there. Now with this liquid XP, we can combine that with snowballs to get blitz rods. Okay, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty standard, thermal expansion type stuff, right? But, a quick little reference point, it's pretty easy to get the experience nowadays too, with some of the matter and things like that we have. Just having that tank on there, exporting down to this one, really quite easy. I can throw in the hellish matter. It's going to produce more experience than we're probably even using, for this process. So just one of those little tiny nuances as well. I'm going to give that a quick little upgrade. We'll speed up this process a little bit. But this is going to give us Bliss Powder, which can give us cryothium dust. Now this is important. I will definitely want to get cryothium dust further, by, how do you do it again? Is there a bee? I can't remember. But anyways, I think there is, not a bee, a chicken, sorry. But yeah, I do want to get it so that we can do our next upgrades, our signalum upgrades, right? We just talked about being able to upgrade our power system, our power storage, things like that. Well, I would like to do that. Simple as that. So this guy here with redstone and a snowball. So I quickly managed to basically grind up a snowball chicken here. There we go, snowball chicken. And of course we have more than enough redstone everywhere. But we need a little bit of this cryothium dust to get started on the next step. And then I also have the signalum right there. Beautiful. Let's craft up an upgrade kit. This will be good. We can do this very, very easily, well, like so. Beautiful. There's another quest complete, right? We're just knocking them off the shelf right now. Another 4 grand in our bank. And then we can throw this guy on our energy cell right here. And now we can import up to 16,000 and output up to 16,000, which is a very large number, right? And as you can see right now, it is going down. The reason it's going down is because I've actually set my control rods to be at just over 9,000. So our energy buffer here, 9.5, is now going down because we can output more of that to that Beast Coin miner, for example. Is that a concern? Not really, I don't think. I'm not too worried. I will want to make sure that we reduce our output to make sure that we have a net increase. So just by reducing it out, we should be able to get a pretty decent net increase. I really wish you could just do more. You can shift. I recommend shifting. Shifting's good. So we can still restrict that to the 9,000. We don't need more power than that right now anyways. None of our system, none of our piping or anything like that can handle even the 9,000. But having the input to be increased and, of course, your storage to be increased as well is pretty darn nice overall. I'm actually thinking about moving our energy cell soon enough down to the reactor, to our power output site, and then pulling from our additional energy storage instead and supplying that to the entire network. But that's at least a thought process that I have going on in my noggin here. So just one of those little things as we move and as we transition from, this base to our new base, it's something that we're going to be looking to do. The other thing that I want to do right away here is I got to find what I'm looking for here. What am I looking for? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Soul sand. Okay, we only have 1. Well, that's useless. That's incredibly useless. We need a lot more than that. We need some of these. And let's get a few. Let's get 18 wither skulls. Let's get some soul sand. Boom, just like so. And then we have the extraterrestrial matter. One of the cool recipes with this is you can actually craft nether stars with the extraterrestrial man, just like so. Now, you don't get like wither kill credit and things like that, but hey, we got nether stars. That's pretty awesome. I can make beacons. I can make, dragon egg mills, nether star generators. So there's a lot of different things that now we can look into. The opinium cores, awakened activation crystals. We can look at getting the wither data model before we even spawn the wither, right? So there's a lot of good things that we're going to need with these guys. The wither builder, that's good. Ultimate seed reprocessor. There's so many nice items here. Absolutely. Knowledge sharing book. Advanced wand cores. Oh, yeah, we need some of those, too. Slime cubes. Cute. Player interface. I'm just kind of looking through. Infinity upgrades are good. Maim traps. Monolith of spawning. Never tried that before. The Ender Star as well is really nice. And the Wyvern core. But also we can do the unbreakable wands as well, which is great. There's a lot of other nice features that we can obviously get. But yeah. Just one of those little nuances. Very powerful item. And I want to kind of knock off this whole unbreakable wand situation. Does that block it? It does not. Okay. Now, if we combine these, that goes to 8,000. Okay. And if I remember correctly, this one says 16,000. So we need another one, right? We need to combine 2 of these 8,000s. right? Boom and boom, like so, into the 16,000. And then we've completed the quest. So that one is actually a lot more expensive than I thought it would be, to say the least. But you know, it's just one of those little details. Now we have ultimately the best unbreakable wand, right? That's what our goal was there. You know, just one of those little things. A couple other things that I'm debating doing. I think I'm gonna make myself a End Dragon um, data and a Wither data model. So I'm going to set up both of those as well because those are going to be very useful as we move forward. I want to kill both of them so that I can get pretty much the best of the best that I possibly can. So one of the things I've noticed as I've been watching my Beast Coin miner here, as I'm mining more and more coins, this is increasing the current coin cost. So I knew it had a threshold. I think it's 50K before it starts to increase. But we are slowly but surely creeping up in power. So for example, I mean, I've used an hour out of my bottle already. But if I slap that with 6 again, and I think if we hit like 63 maybe? Let's find out quickly. It might have been 60. Yeah, see? Almost 63, and it went up another FE. So that's one of the things to definitely keep in mind as you start progressing forward with these things. I've limited my output to 4,200. So at some point in time, we should probably cap out here. And these should start to decline a little bit. But there we go. We're up to 4121. So it's definitely gaining in cost as we're going up here. But I do have 3 of them now. They're all producing, all off of that power. It's looking pretty good. The other thing, too, is I did make a compactor just because it was required for a quest. And I've kind of completed the whole thermal expansion part of our, you know, tech expertise panel. The other one that we should probably look to finish is Ender IO because for the most part, a lot of these are somewhat easy upgrades for us at this point in time. It would require a little bit of work, don't get me wrong. Obsidian, dark steel, endstone, you know, it's a little bit of work, but overall not too complicated. And then we can start to look into some of these other ones as well. You know, the crafter could be very useful for a lot of different things, right? We can auto-craft nether stars, for example, with our wither skeleton skulls and our extraterrestrial over here. So we could, boom, throw these guys all in there, get what we need, and auto-craft. Oh, that's a few skulls. Auto-craft wither skeleton skulls. So that's one of the things as well. The other thing is, you know, some of the other items that I've been looking at, you know, okay, well, we need, you know, like steel. I've never made steel, right? Well, there's a steel chicken. I'm going to start looking at some steel. Steel can also be used for a lot of different things, you know, that we will actually need, right? We'll actually need some steel pretty soon here. I'm trying to remember what exactly for. We need it for something. It's in here somewhere. But yeah, just those little things. See, there's the steel chicken, right? But all the immersive engineering stuff, a lot of the IC2 stuff, things like that are going to also require additional resources that we don't have, right? So just one of those little tiny cage steel ladder. Oh, that looks cool. I like that. What is that from? Industrial Renewal. That's a cool little block. I like it. A chunk loader. Wow. Would you look at that? Didn't even know all this existed. Big fence wire. Big fence column. Oh, that's fun. There's a lot of fun things. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that we can also be looking at using steel for. I think I need to make a generator block, for example, as one of the quests. I probably won't go into immersive engineering for generation and things like that, but, you know, it's just one of those things to highlight that we do require it. So I think this is where I'm struggling with. You know, it's kind of a shorter video right now, but I think we're going to call it here. And the reason I say this is I got some stuff that I need to get working on around here, right? We need to get some stuff here. We need to get going on a few other details. I did a lot of work off camera, for, you know, this episode. I did the whole reactor basically, right? So, oh, what? Why did you spawn as a baby chicken? I tell you. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Is it just random dumb luck? I don't know. But anyways, we'll just throw him in there then for right now, so he doesn't wander all over the place. But yeah, so a lot of good things have been done. I definitely want to. I haven't made those data models yet. I'm going to be doing that right away here, and I think we might look at doing some wither fights, end dragon fights. I might do some of that off camera too because it's kind of a pain. And then could we automate things? There's so many things. I have a laundry list sitting on my desk here of things that I want to get done. So yeah, we got a lot of them. There's also quests for these as well, wherever they are. I think it's in mob slot. No. Upgrades, maybe? Yeah, right here. Ender Dragon, Ghast, Guardian, and Wither data, right? So we can easily accommodate most of those right now. So I'm going to do a little bit of legwork. We'll probably have a lot of quests to complete when we come back. And yeah, we'll go from there. Bye-bye for now. Thank you all so much. Make sure you subscribe, you like, let your friends know, all that type of stuff, what we're doing over here. I'm having a lot of fun. And just to update you guys, I still have not heard of a official release date for the pack yet. But when I do, I will absolutely let you guys know in a video or maybe even make a separate announcement video just so that everybody's on the same page. So, but yeah, other than that, that's about it for now. Thank you all so much. Have a good one.